So today we're going to be talking about the bionic eye.
We'll first introduce what the bionic eye is and what it's a solution for and what it holds for the future. We're also going to explain about the technology, which is the mechanism of it and the cost. We will also explain the difference of the bionic eye and human eye later on. So when you're thinking about the bionic eye, you've probably thought of the Bionic Man or the $6 Million Man show, which or from a sci-fi book or a movie. Yet it's not any more science fiction as we think. The bionic eye is an electrical device that holds promise to billions of people all around the world that suffer from eye impairments by restoring partial and full vision to its user.
How can the bionic eye help with blindness? As people age, they start to lose their vision or eyesight most of the time, and this bionic eye can allow them to see clearly even when they're old. It can also help people with diseases and people who get injured in the military workforce. What else is the bionic eye capable of? The bionic eye is a perfect solution for people who have problems with eyesight. It can produce color vision for people who are colorblind and allows the user to see night vision. For the future, it will help people to see better and better future because of the technology behind it. Right now, 2.2 billion people have a near or distance vision impairment, and 1 billion people have not been cured. So the bionic eye would help them get cured and see better.
Timeline developments of the bionic eye. In 2009, it was first invented by surgeons at Manchester and Moorfields, but the only recovered the patient's partial vision. In 2015, Professor Stenga at Manchester and Moorfields performed the first ever bionic eye implant on a patient with age-related macular degeneration in 2015. In 2016, the National Health Service of England continued their trials of 10 patients with RP, which is retinitis pigmentosa, an eye disease. In 2020, Australia creates the world's first ever bionic eye that brings back full vision, unlike the one created in 2009. Where was it created? As everyone knows, eye impairments are a global issue, so it's a global project. So many health facilities all over the world are adding developments and studying the bionic eye, like Melbourne in Australia, California in the United States, Hong Kong in China, and many more countries around the world. It was first invented by surgeons at Manchester and Moorfields in 2009, but recovered only partial eyesight. So researchers at Monash University in Melbourne, Australia, were the first to invent the world's first bionic eye proven to restore full vision.
Currently, the cost is $150,000, which is quite expensive. However, the supply is low, but the demand is very high, so the cost will likely decrease over time.
So mechanism of the bionic eye is quite complicated, but the user of the bionic eye would also wear glasses that have been engineered to cooperate with the bionic eye. These data from the camera inserted in the glasses is processed by a small unit that's worn outside of the body and sent to the implant connected to the user's retina. These received signals are then sent from the retina, which is in the center of the eye, to the visual centers of the brain for the brain to discern the object. The surface has a series of tiny light sensors that mimic the photoreceptors of the human retina. The sensors are attached to a bundle of liquid metal wires that act as an optic nerve. The metal shell forms the eyeball to which a lens is then attached in front. The lenses are supposed to allow light to pass through, and they change shape to allow the user to see objects far and near.
So do you see this picture? Do you think a bionic eye can see this too? What are the differences between our human eyes and a bionic eye? The first difference is that you can't express feelings naturally through your eyes, such as tears. The current implant only has 60 electrodes. To see naturally, you'd need about 1,000,000. And the final difference is that mechanism and involves a lot of technology behind the bionic eye. It's very different from the natural eye. And these are the sources that we use to gather all this information.